Welcome back to Piney Grove, folks. Brad here. Today what I want to do is I want to grab my tiller and take it to the welders. But I want to get some footage of him welding a hitch on the back of my rototiller. We're going to tow a cultipacker behind the rototiller when we do our food plots out on my hunting lease. So that's my task today or this weekend, is to get that hitch done, because it's November next week and it's time to get plotting. I'm going to go get the tractor. I'm going to put the tiller right here and then use the bucket to put the tiller on the trailer and then go get it welded. I'm not saying that went exactly how I thought it would go. I didn't think I need the blocks, but it was going to sit on the actual rototiller tines, and I didn't want that because then that'll make it teeter-totter back and forth. Looks pretty stable. I'm going to strap it down. I think that's good enough to get it to the welder and then get that little piece put on it. Let me show you what I want to do here. Okay, so I climbed in the trailer here. So what I want to do is coming directly off the center line here. And I guess it's going to have to go in the middle of that bracket, but come out here in a triangle like that and put a hole at the end of the triangle. And then I can attach a pull behind cultipacker behind here. So it's going to mess up my orange paint, which isn't going to make me happy, but I got some spray paint. I'll fix that up. All right, but like I said, that isn't on there perfectly straight. The PTO shaft actually got in the way of the bucket lip, and it wouldn't let me square up on the rototiller. So I had to put the PTO shaft up into the bucket to give me more room, and then I was able to square up. But it still isn't perfectly square on the trailer. So I'll just strap it down like it is. Okay, I didn't record it because it was basically me making sausage. It wasn't pretty. But I got her all strapped down. I got a strap on this side. Put a bungee there for shock. And then I put a strap on this side. She's on there pretty good, I think. And then I left room for him to weld. So, all right, I think we're all set. Got this thing secure. I always do my best to 3-4 point stuff when I have it on a trailer, because I don't want it coming off. One, because I don't want to lose the piece of equipment, and two, I don't want anything that I'm towing to come off and injure someone that's driving behind me. So I see things loose on a trailer all the time, and all I can think about is that's going through someone's windshield. I don't want to be that guy. Here is a bunch of recycled metal. Got some bed frame, and actually had to buy some rebar, but a 55-gallon barrel. Some more bed frame back here. We got a pulley made out of a wheelbarrow axle, or a hub, I guess. And motor here. And again, some more bed frame material. I know it's loud in here, but I'm not going to make these guys stop working just so I can capture this. But anyway, the worms will go in here. It'll turn, and worms will, you put dirt and worms in this end. It'll have a screen mesh around that rebar, and then the worms will come out the back end. Recycling a whole bunch of metal there. Trying to stay out of these guys' way. You can see I got a little bit of dust on me where he gave me a lens where I could look at that plasma cutting while I was trying to film it. But yeah, with the price of metal and everything, people are recycling as much as they can. So you saw that worm separator was made out of a bed frame, and then behind that they're making a smoker, and there was a bunch of recycled metal on that he's welding together. So Let him work, let him grind on that hitch piece there for a little bit, and then I'll catch him when he's gonna actually weld it on the rototiller. For those of you who don't weld, you can't weld on top of paint. So he's got to grind that nice shiny King Kutter orange paint off so he can get bare metal. And then he'll put that new bracket he just built. And then he's putting a buttress up under the bottom, a triangular buttress so it won't bend. And he's got it. That's why he scuffed that up as well. So once he gets that all cleared, he'll be ready to weld. And then later on, I'll prime it and paint it. I've got some Kubota orange that I can put on there that'll match that King Kutter orange. But we'll let David work for a while, try and keep the camera out of his face. So there was David messing up my paint, striking an arc all over the place. Thanks, David. Appreciate that.
All day long, baby.
All day long, right? I asked David, could he chrome it? And David said, it's Saturday, man. I don't chrome on Saturday. So what David's doing right there is he's putting that triangular piece up underneath. He's holding it with one hand, welding with the other. So it's not, and I didn't give him a lot of room to work with because the four-wheeler's on this trailer. So I'm sure he appreciates the heck out of that. Alright, so he's got everything tack welded, and now he's just doing the full welds around the hitch that he made, and then the buttress on the bottom. He's welding away. You can see the smoke in the background. He knocked this out for me. I texted him last night and with a little drawing and said, hey, David, can you do this for me today, Saturday? And he said, sure, bring it by. So he fit me in amongst his other projects and his other things he has going on, in addition to it being Saturday. So I'm appreciative of him, and I don't want to be too intrusive. So we'll get a look at the final product, and I'm sure it'll be great. Always is. I've had a lot of stuff welded by David, and he always does a good job for me and gets it done on time. You know, if I leave it on one Saturday, it's usually ready the next weekend, even if it's a complicated job. All right, David got me all fixed up here. We're all welded in on the sides, on the top. It's not absolutely perfect because he had to put that on top of another piece of metal. So I didn't want him to expend, 5 hours getting it absolutely perfect. And then he's got the triangular buttress on the bottom. It should do perfectly what I needed to do, which is allow me to put the cultipacker behind this tiller. Okay, we're back at the farm, and I've got the tiller back here. I'm gonna jump on the tractor and do some work since I'm out here. But David's been really good to me up there at Greer's Welding. Anytime I've needed something done, I drop it off at David's, and he gets it done quickly, and his prices are reasonable. And I'm not one of those guys that's trying to nickel and dime someone. When he tells me a price, I just pay it. And he did that job right there today on a Saturday. He fitted in between other things he was doing for 50 bucks, and out the door 50 bucks. Shout out to David. Thank you very much. And we'll definitely be bringing you more work. I like to tell him that I work all week for the Navy so that I can drop my paycheck off at his house. All right, in a little better light, we'll take a final look at this hitch that David put on this tiller for me. You can see that he welded all the way across there. He welded here on the side, and it's going to be dark, but there's a triangular buttress up under. And what he was worried about was if I put something heavy on this hitch that it would bend it downward. And I wasn't worried about that, but he was. So he wasn't going to put out a job that he has to, you know, fix, or that I wasn't going to be happy with. So he went ahead and put that triangular piece under there and welded it in. And then we made sure the pin fit. It's, I think, a 3/4 inch hole for the pin. So we should be good to go. Anyway, that will go behind my friend's Mahindra tractor when we do some food plots next week, and we'll put it to use, and I'll document how well that hitch works out. But hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please help out our channel. Click like, subscribe. That's all I've got for you today. So we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.